Out there, a novice and expert crafters. This is Adonna Leonard coming from the Anna Camille workshop, and I am about to show you how to make this bracelet. And I fell in love with it. I can't take full credit for it because I did find this idea on a couple of YouTube videos, but it's very easy to make. I get tons and tons of compliments on it. It looks so awesome on, and it's so easy to wear, and it just kind of, adjusts to your arm, as you can see. So let's get started. Okay, so let me just tell you what you're going to need. First thing you're going to need is different wire gauges. You can get this from your local craft store. I shop at Michael's, but this one is 16 gauge aluminum wire, and it has like a brownish tinge. This one is also the same type of wire, but a lighter copper. And then I also got this one, which is a 12 gauge wire. Okay, all of these are very pliable, so it makes it very easy to work with. The tools you're going to need are your wire cutters. I have two long nose pliers. And the reason being is sometimes I use one as a hold, as a vise, and the other I can work with. You're just going to need a round nose plier. And I believe this is called a microfiber plier. And what this does, and I'll give you a demonstration, is it hardens the wire once you have decided how you're going to mold it. So you kind of rub, kind of pinch it over and over again. It even heats up the wire, and it really hardens it. But another way you can also harden the wire is use I think they call this like a mallet hammer. I should learn the term, so I'm sorry I don't know the exact term, but this is a steel bench block. So what you could do is kind of put it down, be careful with your fingers, hold the block, put the wire on top, and hammer away. It does leave some indents on the wire, but it almost looks textured, but it really does harden the wire as you use them and keeps them in place. So the first thing you're going to do, because I am not making this for myself, is figure out how much you're going to need. And when you're making this bracelet, one of the things I realize is that you always want to stretch out more because of the coiling you're going to do at the ends, okay? And I also have beads, tons of beads. So you can use, I collect them, glass, different various beads, glass crystal, some stones that you want to use on your bracelet. Okay, so since this is not really for my wrist, I'm gonna go with just this little round bowl as a guide. And it doesn't really matter how big you make it at this point. This is just kind of give you an idea of how big. Okay, so once I do that, I'm going to pull out how much I'm gonna actually use all of this probably, because there's not that much left, and I have to go and get some more. And I have to say thank you to my videographer, my daughter, who's helping me because I couldn't do it alone. All right, this is fighting me here, as you can see. Ugh. All right, so now what we're gonna do is take our microfiber, and it straightens it out, and I'm going to show you how it gets it a lot more body and a lot harder. And actually I learned a little trick along the way, okay, that will also help with this. So you can see it's, you can't tell, but it's stiffer, which is what we want because it makes it easier to bend and work with. So now we're gonna I don't know if I have too much of this on here, but we'll see. And so we're gonna do that. So at this point, let me just make sure I'm looking at this correctly. Yes. At this point, you can cut off from the roll of the other. Just makes it easier. Okay, so now we got this, and like I said, because we're gonna mold it and twirl it and all that other stuff, we'll be able to shape it to how we want it. So this is how it's gonna look for now. Okay, now we're going to take the other color, and that's why I like using different colors, because it gives the bracelet a little bit more depth, and it makes it look really pretty. So now I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to use my microfiber wires here. Oh, it's trying to fight me back. Okay, here we go. There we go. Here's a workout, that's for sure. All right, so now we're gonna kind of do the same thing. So once you mold one, it gets easier to mold the other, which I like. And so, and all of them, because you're gonna make them different lengths, don't have to be the same length. Preferably you don't, because you wanna see how some of these are, longer coils than others. So that's kind of what you wanna do. And then we're gonna bring that over. So now you have the three coming together, like so. Can you see that? There you go. Okay, so you see how all the ends are uneven. This is what you want. Okay, I was so nervous doing this video, okay? I'm still a little nervous, so bear with me. All right. So now we have, what we have here is the base of the bracelet, okay? And I might have to do this video in more than one part, because my editor there, hopefully she can kind of make it shorter, so I'm not going on and on and on and on. You're like, lady, can you just move it along? So you could do this however you want. Here I did two fat and one in the middle. I'm going to go by color this time, so I'm going to put the dark one in the middle and the thin one on the bottom and the thick copper on the top, as you can see that, because they're the same color. So because I want different colors. So now what we're going to do is kind of do our little twirling thing here to kind of hold the bracelet in place. So we want to do it first, and this is from a project that went awry, so I'm going to use this to kind of make the smaller coil hold the bracelet together. Okay, I'm getting like crowded up here, so I'm going to move this aside for a minute. And where's my baby here? So I'm going to kind of take this out, and you can see, I mean, you're going to watch it kind of get hard right in front of you. The thinner gauges, you could really see how this comes in handy. And it just makes it easier and pliable and stiff. And right now, I wish you could touch it, it's warm, because it's really doing its job. Okay, so with this, I kind of put this toward the tip of where we're going to add the beads, as you can see. So we're going to do the same with this. So we're going to move, all right, this over here. And this is where it comes in handy to kind of make sure you have the design back here that you want, so that you can make sure the wires stay in place. So what we're going to do first is, because I can't remember how long I want to make it, I'm going to take it, wrap it around. Hope you can see that. Just going to keep wrapping it around. I'm going to leave a little tail for twirling. Okay, so here I'm going to have to, so you keep pulling it really tight, see that? And you're going to use your long nose pliers here in a minute to give it body. So now I'm going to cut a piece off of here so I can twirl. I can't see. There you go. So you keep, and they don't have to be exactly even. I didn't do that way. Probably I should, but I didn't. I just guesstimate. I'm really good at guesstimating and eyeing. I'm really good at that. Thank the Lord. But measuring does have its place, that's for sure. Okay, so we're getting kind of close to the same size. So now what I'm going to do is take my hard nose pliers and just kind of squeeze them together. See that? So it gives it a more uniform look. Okay, and then you're going to do the same on the other side. So now you're going to take your round nose plier and you're going to make a little circle. And sometimes I squeeze it just to keep it really tight. And then I take the bigger one, I find it easier to use, and start making my little circle. Hope you can see that. The white stuff that you see on here, I forgot, it's called, I think, Cool Quick or something like that. And what this does is it kind of protects your work from getting the grooves of the tool on them while you're doing this. I really love it. You dip your tools in it and then you let it dry for a couple of hours. I let it dry overnight because I find that it lasts better. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. And if you want, you can even take your hand. It makes it more uniform, I find. And then you just keep twirling. Keep twirling, until you get it nice and flat. Alright, so I was told by my editor, videographer, that you can't always see what I'm doing because my hand is in the way, and I apologize for that. But I'm just trying to show you what I'm doing on this side, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then I'll come back and we'll finish this up. Stay tuned.